and welcome back to the second video on our new cottagecore inspired island called Foxtail. Last time we worked on that little area that you just saw me run through. If you missed the video, I'll go ahead and link it in the card up below. But since we're so incredibly close to resident services, I figured I should just go ahead and decorate this area. It felt like a natural starting place in terms of where to go from the entrance. I feel like the entrances of all the islands I've ever done have usually come together pretty easily, but then afterwards I'm left with this feeling of like, okay, what do I do now? This one kind of flew a little bit more naturally than it normally does, just because resident services is so close to the airport already. I knew I wanted there to be an incline leading down to resident services, and I wanted to look like an almost sunken area. For a little while I had a lot of creative block as to what to do with this area, but then I decided that it made sense to have somewhat of a little post office kind of close to resident services. I don't know, it just seems like sort of a central thing to do on the island, so I went ahead and made this tiny little area here up on an incline. I went ahead and placed the actual incline going to resident services, and then I mapped out the path. I tend to use the same sort of steps when I'm decorating an area, mapping out the terraforming, laying down a path, and then putting down some trees, and I feel like it helps me carve out a space where I want the actual like focal point of the build to be. So you can see I scattered some trees around the area, and then I decided that in this sort of like awkward area here, I wanted there to be a small amount of water terraforming. I want this island to be super natural, and so I feel like I'm trying to incorporate as much waterscaping and terraforming as I can without making it too overwhelming. This area felt really tricky to decorate because it's so small and somewhat awkward because you're up on an incline and all of the areas below obviously are going to be at a different level. So I don't know, it just kind of makes the perspective of it a little bit hard to decorate. But I went ahead and started placing the storefront, and I'm going to place down some simple panels as well to kind of make a makeshift building. This is going to be our post office. I absolutely love this window code. I think it looks so cute for this cottagecore theme. If you're wanting to use any of the codes that you see here in this build, I've gone ahead and changed the title of the Pinterest board that they're saved under. I've just changed it to Foxtail. Originally, you may have seen it labeled as Grandmacore, but I'm kind of realizing that that made it really difficult for you guys to find the codes that I'm using, so I just made it the name of this island. So go ahead and head to my Pinterest. It's linked in the description below, and just look for Foxtail, and all of the codes that I'm using are there. If for some reason you can't find something, feel free to DM me, or you can always message us in the Discord, which is also linked in my description box if you're desperate to find a code and you just don't see it there. I have saved hundreds of Animal Crossing codes to my Pinterest, so if you're looking for other themes and you need some code inspiration, it might be a good place to look even if you're not doing a cottagecore island. But for the main area here, I knew I wanted to use some of the sort of traditional items that I see used quite often in a lot of different post offices, but it's been a really long time since I've decorated, thinking of a more like, I don't know, 2020 Animal Crossing type of vibe. So I'm using the Antique Brew, which I think is Bureau? Is it pronounced Bureau? Now I'm having a complex, like I don't think I know how to pronounce that word, but I absolutely love it because there's that little letter when you open it up. I think it is so incredibly perfect for a post office. And then I'm placing down the Zen cushions with a custom design that makes them look like packages and putting a candle on top. I just feel like it is so incredibly cozy. And then for this kind of awkward area, I just went ahead and threw an evergreen ash there because I just feel like it fills in areas so nicely without making them look too cluttered. And then someone in the Twitch stream actually recommended that we use the jail bars behind here just to kind of like frame the space in. I completely forgot that jail bars even existed in this game, but they used to be one of my go-to items, so I was so excited to incorporate it again and kind of rediscover it. For the area that's next to the post office though, I really wanted to make a little writing area. I kind of imagined this being like a place for people to write to their pen pals, or maybe it's a place for like the kids of the island, I don't know, to come and write letters or draw or whatever. So I tried to make it a really cutesy little writing area over here. It's almost giving like Girl Scout vibes, I guess. So I wanted to use lots of different items to sit on. So lots of different cushions. I think I end up using the leaf stool eventually. And then the bottle crates, I just feel like I wanted the seating to look very eclectic. I feel like that's one of the things that reminds me very much of the cottagecore theme. So just using like weird little things to sit on in these pseudo picnic slash table areas. I don't know, is there something that just like screams cottagecore to you guys? Let me know in the comments below if it's a particular like build style, a particular item. I would love that, and I feel like it would be so inspiring to be able to incorporate some of your cottagecore favorites into this island as we continue to decorate. Speaking of continuing to decorate, I'm actually several builds ahead of where you guys are right now because we've been decorating so much in my TikTok and Twitch streams. So if you enjoy watching cozy gaming streams, definitely don't hesitate to check out our TikTok and our Twitch. We've been doing lots of Simo streams over there, and we're probably like 6 builds into this island already, and I'm having so much fun decorating with you guys. So yeah, definitely go and check those out. They're in the description below if you're interested in watching cozy gaming streams. We're getting ready to put our finishing touches on this build though, and I'm so excited for you guys to see the finished product. Here it is. I did go ahead and add some terraforming behind resident services, which you'll see in a future clip, but I just think this area turned out so cute. I absolutely love it, and I'm so glad we were able to incorporate a little post office on the island. CJ, of course, had to come and check out resident services for these end clips. Honestly, he is such an underrated NPC. Look at him. He is so cute. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying Foxtail so far, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!